Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. Captain's Log Stardate 201511.05, or, for those of you that do speak Stardate, minus 308844.998224. Welcome back, guys. I have lots to talk about. As we all know, there's new exciting news about a Star Trek series, which I've got some interesting information on. I didn't do this log earlier just because I wanted to kind of get more information on it and talk to a few people about it. And the information I found has been rather interesting, so I'll share that with you guys. I'm going to do that after I read all your comments and questions, however. So stay tuned for that. And there's also a very important cause I want to talk about at the end of this as well. So stay tuned. All right, so let's get right underway. First one is from Mark Plott. Hi, Stuart. Great show as always. Question. CBS, the broadcaster, has stated that a new Star Trek series is in the works for 2017. CBS has also stated that it will not be OTA broadcast, but rather only as downloadable content on a subscription service, CBS All Access. I would like to hear your thoughts. Thank you, Mark. As I said, I'll talk more about this at the end of the show, but that is January 2017, which is 0117. 1701, just switch them, maybe 17th year, first month, 1701, who knows? Was it planned? I don't know. But lots going to change between now and then, I'm sure. And I think, like I said, I'm going to talk about that later, but I think it was just a way to get the announcement out there. And I don't know how much of it's going to stick. But yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. USS Arkansas. New Star Trek series premieres CBS in January 2017. New everything, I hope. Yes, well. Zaldrak, I know you guys get a lot of requests, but when will the Nebula class get its episode? It's one of my favorite Federation designs. Well, we do a Nebula class mission briefing. We've already filmed that, so that should be coming out soon. So stay tuned for that. And as for the full episode, I have no idea. We've got stuff planned for the next couple months. And filmed and ready to go, and some filmed but not edited. So, I mean, we got lots of stuff lined up already. So, I mean, your requests, we do take them seriously. We do want to get to them, but we don't know when exactly. So, Wayne Boldock, thanks for bringing my attention to the coloring space books. Pretty darn awesome. I don't think I'll be coloring mine, though. Just appreciating the fine line art, as you should. Christopher Dahl is an amazing artist, and yeah, I don't think I want to color mine either. I might color one or two pictures, but thank you for checking that out. Well worth it if you're interested in good science fiction design. Black Magic 1982. Recently found your channel and really kept me going through a rough couple of weeks. Love all the work you guys put into this and certainly inspiring me to try harder with my projects. Are you going to be looking at any animated series stuff? Of course we are. The animated series is just like everything else with Trek, it's part of the lore of Trek. So yes, it's going to be on our top 10 list, included in that kind of stuff. And we might do a Treknology or a fact file on the force field belts, anything like that from the animated series. So yes, the animated series is definitely on our watch list. That's things we're going to get to present to you guys. Now, I'm glad I got you through a rough couple weeks. As you guys all know, I suffer from depression as well. So if I can help anybody out in that regard, it makes me feel wonderful that I can do that. So thank you very much for saying that. Big Weekender. Love your channel, man. Nothing wrong with a bit of Trek. That's absolutely true. And thank you. Empyrean Frost. Can't wait to see the new Trek series in 2017. I'm definitely planning on donating to your Patreon. Thank you. Anyways, a top 10 cruisers maybe is called for, or top 10 canon versus non-canon Trek captains. We actually have done that already. Top 10 hero captains, so the captains of the series, and then top 10 Starfleet captains that have, that are not hero captains. So it's an interesting list. So stay tuned for those top 10s. Your brother from another Vulcan mother, Captain Mira. USS Renaissance NCC 86632. Thank you very much. Andar Fada. I'd love to join the crew and lend a hand with research and picture gathering. I specialize in both Trek and Star Wars. PM via YouTube with contact information. Might just do that. I mean, this is getting to the point where we do need more help with research and things like that, I think, especially picture gathering and things like that. So we might take you up on some of these offers for helping us out, perhaps even writing scripts and stuff, because it is becoming quite a workload now that we have Trekyards on board. Trekyards, speaking of which, we are doing 2 more of, I think I mentioned this in the last Captain's Log, but episode 2 is already written. I'm not going to tell you the ship yet, but I can't even tell you the franchise. It's not Star Wars, but it's another big one. And then number 3 is also going to be a great one, but it's an older series, which might have been rebooted and remade. Who knows? So stay tuned for those. Okay, 2 more. This is going to be a quick one today, guys. Captain Lokawa. Hopefully in a few months, I'll be supporting you 2, but not too sure. I'd like top 10 to keep going at least, because I like hearing what you and Samuel have as your top 5s. By the by, been wondering this. Have you, and Hawkins if you see this, ever designed or drawn your own original ships, as in from scratch, design your very own not-in-canon ships? Yes, I do it all the time. I got doodles everywhere. There's a few of my ship designs right there. So, yeah, I always kind of doodle. I've got a sketch pad upstairs that has a bunch of Starship doodles in it as well. Just something I like to do. Yeah, so you can see some of my examples there. There's a few other ones that I don't want to show you guys right now because they might show up in Trekyards down the road. But, yeah. And lastly, Mark Fields. Thank you, Stuart, for the mention. I love the top 10s you do. I hope you do your favorite captains in the top 10s. Yes, we do. And what do hope for when with Star Trek Beyond? What are your thoughts on the Simon Pegg writing it? Again, great log. I wish you and the commander the best. I have hope for Beyond. It's supposed to get back to the root of Star Trek with just the exploration, which is going to be really nice and not going to be stuck in Earth orbit. So they're on your 5-year mission officially. Simon Pegg, I've kind of lost faith in the last couple years. Not big. I used to be a big fan of his, but lately he's just kind of coming off as a flake. So I don't know what to think of that. I mean, it might be for the best that he's writing it. Can't be any worse than Orsi and Kurtzman. That's all I can say. Now, there's a few other things I wanted to touch on really briefly. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Bruno Signoli at Starship Oberetti. There's going to be links in the descriptions for Starship Oberetti and for Bruno and this what we're going to talk about right now. Starship Oberetti was founded in 2010 in Sherbrooke, and it operates out of Quebec. They have a bowl-a-thon every year to raise money for charity, which is a suicide prevention charity called I Live, or in French it's Jevi, Jevi, and the acronym in English is ILIV. So suicide prevention, and they've teamed up with their local Ghostbusters, so they do a Ghost Trek Bowl-a-thon, which is November 14th this year, and they raise money for the suicide prevention, which is awesome. It's a great cause. I want you guys to check it out if you can. Please join the Starship Oberetti page. They got a cool ship. First of all, it's a Northampton class cruiser, and that's really cool. One of their members is Alan Rivard. He does a lot of work for the Ships of the Line calendar, and they of course know Doug Drexler. Doug Drexler's been involved in this bowl-a-thon before as a purchaser. They sell off like prints and stuff from Ships of the Line calendars that Alan Rivard does, and I guess Doug Drexler purchased one year, so Doug Drexler's been involved in this, so worth checking out. They recently joined with Heroes of Hope, which is DC Marvel superheroes, and that's kind of upped their numbers as far as this bowl-a-thon goes, because kids like to show up and get pictures taken with their favorite superheroes. So they got that DC Marvel Ghostbusters Star Trek kind of vibe. I'm going to put a link to in the description below about a video from I guess last year's bowl-a-thon. Looks like a good time. Some of it's in French, some of it's in English, so check it out, watch it. There's some cool stuff, and it's definitely worth watching, and I highly recommend you guys get in contact with Bruno if you want to support him and donate to the charity. He can give you information on that, on the PayPal for that as well. So yes, and join Starship Oberready. Help these guys out. They got some cool stuff and some cool videos on their site, so definitely worth checking out. And yeah, last year Alan Rivard presented Oberready edition of Ships of the Line print, and of course, like I said, Doug Dressler was one of the backers for that. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. Bruno, thank you for being such a faithful Trekyards viewer and supporter over the years. It's much appreciated, and we really look forward to meeting up with you and working with you more closely perhaps in the future. So thank you very much. Now, let's get on to CBS announcing the new Star Trek series. I was excited, of course, because we haven't had Star Trek in 10 years. Then as soon as I saw Kurtzman's name as producer, I kind of lost all faith because he's an idiot, as far as I'm concerned. He, of course, co-wrote and produced both 2009 and Into Darkness, with Roberto Orci or Orki, or who really cares how his name's pronounced because he's an idiot. But so yeah, I'm not too keen on that. However, I don't think that the new series will be set in the JJ verse. I'm hoping against hope. I'm very optimistic about this. And CBS is probably put the announcement out there as feelers to kind of get a feel for what people want and the reaction to it. So hopefully, if you guys vocalize, contact CBS, write letters, write emails, just talk on social media and tag Star Trek 2017 as a hashtag. Let them know what you guys want. I think that'd be a phenomenal idea. Like I said, it's early on, so a lot of things are going to change. I don't know if it's going to be just the subscription service, and even if it is, you're going to be able to get pirated copies of it after they come out anyway, so don't even worry about that, as far as I'm concerned anyway. It will kind of suck if it's not just free. And I think that's a big mistake on their part, but I think their CBS All Access actually has very low numbers, so they're trying to make money, which is understandable. If they release all of the Star Trek on the CBS All Access, that you can watch any of the series, that would be incredible. I think that's something that they should definitely consider, because for $6 a month to be able to access any of the Star Trek series is a great idea, in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully. There's also been rumors flying around that certain people like Doug Drexler or John Eves or Rick Sternbach have been contacted and have refused to do the project as long as Kurtzman's involved. So apparently Kurtzman's getting fired is now on the table, which they're all rumors, trust me. As you guys know, we have a lot of special guest stars here on Trekyards, and I've had the occasion to speak with one or two of them over the last couple days and kind of get my facts straight, and none of them have been approached. None of them have faith that they will be approached. One of them even said it would be stupid for him to decline the invitation just because Kurtzman is involved. Instead, what he would do is try to be a positive influence and a good spin on the production should he be contacted, and try to influence it in a positive Star Trek fan created direction. And he's even said I'm not going to tell you who it is because I just don't want to give away, it's just one of the main guys we talked to. It's one of our main special guest stars you guys all love. So it's also said that even if no matter what happens fan reaction wise to whatever they produce, CBS is going to put a positive spin on it and say it refreshed the franchise, just like JJ's did, which it did in a way, but in another way it pissed off a lot of Star Trek fans. So no matter what happens, it's going to be a positive thing from CBS. And so you guys got to be prepared for that, no matter what. Now, as for show ideas, I don't know what era it's going to be set in. I mean, with Axanar coming out next year, who knows what they have in mind. I don't know if it's going to be JJ verse or not. It better be Prime verse as far as I'm concerned, or something totally new. Who knows? Post TNG, there's been talk about early episodes with Captain April of the Enterprise, things like that. I don't think it's going to be the Enterprise, though. So who knows about that. One thing I think that would be very cool is like a True Detective or a American Horror Story type deal, where every season perhaps is a different crew of a different ship, maybe in a different era even. I think that would be amazing to actually explore that idea. Have something pre-TOS for one season, and then move up to another crew, but in TNG times for the next season, maybe with the same actors, maybe not with the same actors, but who knows? And maybe have their stories kind of intermingle timeline wise. That would be amazing. That would be incredible. Uh, uh, Even if they did one season that was a computer generated CGI kind of ideal, much like Transformers Prime or Transformers Beast Wars, I think that would be amazing too. I mean, I don't know how easy it would be to do a CGI show. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty labor intensive, but at the same time, it also doesn't have the same costs involved as a live action production. So who knows if they're going to save money doing that or whatever. I think that'd be another great thing. So who knows what's going to happen with it. All I want you guys to do is just remain calm, don't panic, send positive vibes, have positive thoughts, try to be optimistic, try to influence whoever you can, social media wise, on what would be good without being too negative about things. That's all I can say. Just be positive. Try to realize that it's very, very, very early on. And they got a whole year to get this thing. Well, they don't have a whole year. They need to have the final product done in a year. So they've got a little bit of time to kind of sort things out. But I don't know if it's all going to fly and go over the way that they've already announced with the CBS All Access the crap. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Like I said, there's lots of time, lots can change in that amount of time, and lots probably will change in that amount of time. So stay tuned, stay positive. And me and Samuel and I, the Trekyards team, are going to be doing a podcast about a new series, just talking back and forth about what we would like to see, what we're afraid to see, how we felt about the news, things like that. That's probably going to be out this Sunday, assuming that we can film it on Saturday. Like I said, we haven't quite reached our goals yet on Patreon, so we can't keep the podcast and everything going full time. There might be the odd one interspace here and there. There hasn't been a top 10 this week because we've got a few filmed, but we kind of want to space them out. We don't want to have them on a regular schedule because, like I said, we haven't met those goals. So we haven't filmed any more fact files. I think there's one filmed but not edited. So there's another one of those in the bank. We got the Trekyards script number 2 written. Samuel is just doing his edit of it right now. Number 3 is, we know what ship we're doing, but we haven't done any research or anything. So that's kind of the situation as of right now, which is Thursday, November 5th at that time, 11:30. So that's where we sit as of right now. So there you go. Yesterday we released a mission briefing on K7. We have a full K7 episode filmed, and it's not edited together yet, but it's one of my favorite episodes so far as humor goes. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy that. I don't know when that's going to be released, but stay tuned. Just know there's a full K7 episode coming down the pipes very soon. Other than that, as far as channel wise goes, I've got that I do Nerd Block and Loot Crate unboxings every month. Well, this month I wanted to get the sci-fi block from Nerd Block, and I couldn't do a classic switch over, just switch the classic block to the sci-fi block because it's not available for that yet. You can only do the switch with horror and arcade blocks. So I had to cancel my Nerd Block subscription, resubscribe, and get the sci-fi block, which they automatically send you out with a new subscription. They send you out a welcome box. So there's a welcome box coming that's going to be unboxed this month, sci-fi block. And then I read that there's an exclusive Star Wars, exclusive Sherlock, and an exclusive holiday classic thing in this upcoming Nerd Block as well. So I had to resubscribe to Nerd Block. So I'm going to have Nerd Block, Sci-Fi Block, Welcome Block from Nerd Block, and Loot Crate unboxing this month on this channel as well. Lots to do, lots going on, but I wanted to address the Star Trek issue, and a new series will be great. No matter what it is, it's going to be Star Trek, so we need to watch it. We need to pump money into the franchise that we love so much, and you're gonna want to watch it because it is Trek. I've said that all along. Even if it's bad Trek, it's still Trek. It's good to have new things to look at and critique if you need to, or just totally enjoy and love. So, and it's more ships for us to do down the road because there's going to be new ships in this show guaranteed, no matter what it is. So there you go. That's the captain's thoughts on all that stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what you guys want to see in a series, what you thought of my ideas, and then it'll all be addressed in the next Captain's Log. Ask me any questions you like, any concerns you have about anything. I will be more than happy to answer those in the next ones. So thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, that is all for now. Boldly go to work or to sleep or do whatever you need to do right now. I don't know what time you're watching this or what day you're watching this. So do what you need to do now. Sorry for taking up so much of your time, but thank you very much for taking the time to watch my videos and to really support us here at Trekyards. And even just me, myself, Captain Foley, the other stuff that goes on my channel. I really appreciate you guys. So thank you very much. All right, guys. This is Captain Foley signing off. Until next time. Bye. And don't worry. It'll be a good show, regardless.